Okay, hi Virgos, and welcome to your September 2021 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky coming on to talk to you about the energies coming in for your sign in the month of September during your season. I hope that you are feeling really well. This video is just for you, Virgos, because I really enjoy to do the reading of the sign which the season is. So it's really good for everyone to see, as the messages that come through in this reading will likely resonate not just for you, but for everyone. So I hope you got to see the September comprehensive video. I will link that below and in the top right hand corner, as that will also provide more context to where we are at right now. So yes, let's see what's coming up for your sign in September. So I feel intuitively for Virgo that you are really coming into contact with a new idea, and there's probably a need to really move forward with an idea. You've got Knight of Swords, you've got King of Swords coming up, Page of Swords as well. A lot of air energy, mercurial energy coming in. Your ruling planet is Mercury, and it is very visible within the energy of your reading. What I'm feeling is that you might have halted a lot of ideas, or you might have slowed down on the thought process within your decision-making process, within your plans, within your goals. And now the month of September is going to push the goals through, or it's going to push the thoughts through to the point where they really start manifesting. And it also seems like these manifestations are going to really help you out a lot too, because you're hopefully through the month of September really overcoming indecisiveness, really overcoming, why I'm feeling pulled in so many different directions, why I question the decisions that I make. And I feel that ultimately at a spiritual level, that is the progress that Virgo is making, is why do I question my decisions? Why do I get stuck on spilled milk or things that have already happened in the past that I have no control over? You've got that Five of Cups and the Two of Pentacles coming up, which are really standing out to me as maybe lacking trust in the decision process of the self. And I'm sure that you're growing a lot in that way in September. And if you haven't already come to a place where you're overcoming that, the month of September should do it by giving you all different kinds of ideas about how to overcome that indecisiveness, about how to overcome that previous pessimism as well. So I also feel that there's somewhat of a coming of age this month. You have no major arcana cards, which I think is actually quite good. There were a few other signs. I believe Scorpio this month did not have any major arcana. So it's kind of like just getting back in the game. It's allowing some of these situations to be smaller, allowing some of these situations to not be so overwhelming or so looming in your life, and just step by step making the progress that you've needed. So that is probably the main thing for this month. Eight of Wands is very different in tone than the rest of the cards in this reading. And it shows that, in between the lines, in between some of these experiences, there's a huge amount of abundance, okay? But we have to really be able to kind of get behind our own plans or behind our own choices. One of the main themes for this month is questioning, again, what we've signed up for, or questioning what we're a part of. And within that, it's like karma unfolding, like we are where we are for a reason. The experience we're having are triggering some type of growth or overarching level up, regardless of what those experiences are. So this month, I think that you maybe have a lot of new people to meet as well. You have a new support network coming in perhaps, or you have a new friend group or a new team environment. So many court cards. In a way, this month is a lot about other people. So pay attention to the role that other people are playing in your life, and are they contributing to this feeling of indecisiveness, or this want to keep the past really close and not let go of what has already happened. It's really important, it feels, to surround yourself with the types of people who allow you to grow forward, okay, instead of growing still. All right. It does feel like the growth really has to have a trajectory at this point, instead of just being in solitude or being confined or hidden away or sequestered. All right. So I would really keep an eye on anything that feels sequestered in your life, anything that feels sidelined, peripheral, detached from the larger path. And I would start to really distance myself from that. As another thing about this month of September is distance, okay? The word distance keeps coming up for me psychically very strongly. So getting distance from that peripheral experience, from being sidelined, from being, stuck in that place that doesn't make sense for you, questioning your motivations, questioning your goals, questioning what you did in the past, and stagnating. Okay. So, on that note, Virgo, I want to get into the week to week because I think it's going to really open up some ideas about how to get out of any type of stagnation. Okay, be sure to hit that like button below and subscribe if you're new. And there will be an extended reading on Patreon. But let's talk about this week to week. Okay, Virgos. So in the first week of September, your season, this Virgo season for you, most important point of it is this first week of September. You are coming to new ideas about what happened to you before. It's no longer the sad story. Okay. And you're really called in the first week of September to let this story not be sad, to show yourself the empowerment behind it, to also really understand why you chose that story before. Like what made you choose that path that felt like derailment before? What made you choose that? King of Swords is about mature choices, mature decision making. And that rooted down by Five of Cups is like, gosh, I felt like before I was making the right mature decision and it only ended in sadness. And you're kind of sitting here in the first week of September and you're like, whoa, I just kind of want to be still. I just kind of want to detach from that whole decision-making process and maybe start letting other people make decisions for me. And that's where you got to really pull yourself out of that and be like, whoa, I just got to turn around here. I just got to look at the cups that are full. I just got to change my perspective here rather than thinking I need to stop making choices or stop making decisions or just be still. There's something about stillness during this time for you that is not wonderful. I'm not feeling that you need to leap blindly. I'm not feeling like it's a leap of faith that you need, but I do feel it's like every day moving forward, a little bit at a time, incrementally progressing. And then by the end of this year, it's going to be incredible, the progress that you've made. Week number 2, you've got 7 of Wands rooted down by Knight of Swords. Similar energy to the first week. You're starting to move really quickly. You're not about this gridlocked situation anymore. We had Grand Fixed Cross in August, so it kind of gridlocked a lot of people. It made us feel like we don't have a lot of mobility or a lot of choices to, just change the game. But you are kind of wanting to change the game here. So for some Virgos, it kind of looks like fighting back. Or when I say that, I mean like, you're not just taking it from people, or you're explaining to people why you're going to move forward instead of staying in stagnation. There might be some people who have quite the vested interest in you being still or in you being stagnant right now. It helps them to, feel more secure in themselves with their stagnation, to see that you might be there as well. And that feels to be completely overcome and transcended by you in the second week. But I will say you want to be careful about focusing on who's against you, like the opposition. There are so many oppositions happening in the sky, the astrology transits in September. And to a degree, everybody's going to be facing some amount of opposition, whether that's like just internal, as it is for a lot of people, like we can be our own worst enemy very easily with the current transits, and we can kind of cut our own wings as well. So try to avoid that. And also, what I want to say is it's kind of about moving quickly and not gestating like anywhere. So you gotta, if you're in public a lot, if you're moving around a lot, if you're going a million different places, try to keep that pace going and watch out for being, like the energy of loitering, you know what I mean? The energy of just kind of, floating, looming in a place. it's not so much about that physically. Like, I don't really see you doing that physically, but think about that. Like, are there some energetic places where you're just kind of like there and it's not really going anywhere? And it's like, why am I here? And then all of a sudden a bunch of time has passed. Pay attention to that, because Knight of Swords is rooting down this gridlock. So it's going to take you out of that situation, and you're going to probably move into a situation where you have to move really quickly. Okay. Third week, you've got Page of Swords rooted down by Eight of Wands. So that's great. Actually, right as we're getting into Libra season, it's like a huge load off for you. It does feel like this Virgo season for you is really getting out some of that old gunk. Okay, some of that old energetic gunk is really getting pushed out through your solar return. And then by Libra season, you're already really getting some positive communication from people. This could be getting a promotion, this could be getting a bonus, or like your boss could come in and be like, I'm really, really impressed by what you've been doing. It's like accolades, okay, in the third week. Also, it might be a sign like if you're the boss, like you might need to give your staff some accolades, or you might need to implement a bit more positive communication, and you'd be surprised about how you don't even have to critique people or tell them what they've done wrong, because with the positive communication, they get enough happiness to do things right in the first place. So think about positive communication rather than negative communication or critiques or scrutiny or anything like that. It's a very difficult time for being the type of person who is always finding a problem, because it will never change. Okay, it's going to be a life of problem finding. So week number 4, you've got Page of Pentacles rooted down by 2 of Pentacles. So yeah, you are thinking about a different way to acquire value in your life. And you might have like these 2 jobs that you're like, do I go with this career or that career? Do I, invest here or invest there? Do I live here or live there? There is going to be a crossroads here. And I know different Virgos are very different. Some Virgos love a crossroads and some of them just can't. It depends on whether the Libra, how close you are to the Libra energy. But do anticipate a bit of a crossroads at the end of the month. It's not a life-changing one, but it is maybe a crossroads that changes the way that you think about value in your life, or the way that you generate it to some small degree. And it's these small things that Virgo really gets caught on, kind of perfectionist. Try to just accept what is most natural. All this energy coming into this reading says that the natural is key, or and then that the makeshift is difficult. Try to just keep the natural flow going. Anyway, Virgos, happy Virgo season. I think that this month is going to also allow you to rest, all right? Rest your mind, rest your body, keep things small. There's not going to be huge, overwhelming things this month. It's kind of a simple month, but within that, yes, it is clearing out a lot of the previous energetic turmoil. So I'm going to do an extended reading for you all on Patreon. I'll get a central theme, 2 supporting themes, and a significator card, and we'll talk more about the energy coming in for you there. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you're new, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And on that note, let's check out the reading on Patreon. You can click the center of your screen or below to find that. Much love, Virgos. Happy Virgo season. Bye.